Welcome to another exciting episode of Musa and Show. Here is what we have today.
With nationalization, it doesn't mean we're going to take a big construction company and make it a state construction company. No. Nationalization, we mean establishment of a state housing construction company, state road construction company, and there could be a private-owned construction companies, but the state must have its own internal capacity to do its own things. And that's what we're saying. When we say we're going to nationalize the mines, it doesn't mean we're going to take Anglo-American mine. It doesn't mean we're going to take Impala Platinum mine. It simply means the state must own a mining company that will be given preference, especially on profitable minerals. The same goes with the banks. We're saying we establish a state-owned bank. That's what nationalization of the EFF means. Because nationalization simply means state ownership. And we are going to establish our own bank, and then the rest of other banks must compete. This is not a threat to the banks. Look at private schools. The private schools are there, and public schools are there. The establishment of public schools did not lead to the closure of private schools. The establishment of state-owned hospitals never led to the closure of private hospitals. If anything, the private hospitals are thriving more than the state-owned hospitals. So why, when it comes to the banking sector or insurance sector, the financial sector, people say, no, you can't interfere there.
Sanibona, izolo ngithe mangenza ivideo ngacaphuna ivideo kaVuyo Zungula oyilida iATM. Ekhuluma izinto ezibalekile ngase ngithi ngizokhuluma ngalo video leyo. Kodwa angizokukhuluma kule video bengikhuluma ngayo yeMK Party ngoba I don't think MK Party is ready for lama conversation anjengalawo. Ngicaphuna le video kaMalema ayichaza ukuthi bembuza ukuthi usho ukuthini mabethi bazonationalize ama-mine mangathiwa bayaphatha. Ngiyafisa kodwa ukuthi sixoxe hayi nge-EFF specifically kodwa sixoxe ngokubaluleka kwalento eshiwo uMalema. Ngoba lento eshiwo uMalema ibaluleke ngendlela eyisimanga. Ngiyangizwe futhi abantu begxeka oMandela, ethi nje uMandela nabayisebenza nabo. Kushiwo yonke into. Abanye bathi uMandela is sold us out na yonke lento eshiwoyo. Kodwa mina ngibuka ngendlela ehlukile. Angeke ngenze umzekelo. Asike sithi nobaba wakho noma wakho bese bayahluleka ukwakha indlu kini. Bakhe nje ixhokovane nikwazi ukulala kulo nifihla ikhanda. Ushuthi wena kunokuthi ulungise ikini wakhe uzoloba umile uthi sila sikhona nje abazali basithengisa bahluleka ukwakha indlu. Mina ngicabanga ukuthi igeneration yoMandela lokho eyakwenza kwakufanele bakwenza. Uma kunamaphutha kulokho abakwenza, irresponsibility sele nabasele nekufuneka abaqhubeka lapho. Ingakho ngenza umzekelo ngekini uthi uma ikini miningi imizi na ungangifakazela ewaziwa ukuthi le mizi lena niyibona imihle kanje zingane zakhona ezisebenzile kwakuyikhaya kwakungekho ndlu. Yingoba izingane ayihleli ukubuka amaphutha abazali kodwa kunalokho zihlalela ukwalungisa. Ngoba ziya understand ukuthi abazali benze lokhu okungangamandla abo aphela la. Manje safuneka sithathe lathi nasiye phambili. Ngiyafisa ukuthi sikubheke nje nakho lokho. Kodwa ke ngizocapha nomuntu ozokuchaza kodwa nje lento eshiwo uMalema kukhona la ibaluleke khona. Ngaphambi ke singene ezintweni eziningi ezizochazwa la ngicela ukucaphunela ivideo kaDr Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Wayekhuluma becampaign kwi-debate. Yazi ukuthi ma-campaign kuba nama-debate ama-political parties. Kunezinto ezibalekile azisho lapho engifisa ukuthi siz understand sithi siqhubeka nevideo sibe sesiziqonda.
I'm shocked, you know, the DA man here. The DA man here is old enough. He's old enough to have grown under apartheid. Apartheid was a government of parastatals, my brother. The Afrikaner population in the 1930s accounted for less than 7% of the GDP. They were so niggerized. They were the poorest whites in the world. They were an embarrassment to the white supremacist culture. Apartheid took over. You must study your history. Through parastatals, through state-owned entities. Forget Venezuela, it's your only lazy intellectual example. Let's talk apartheid that uplifted white people in this country. They were uplifted through parastatals, Transnet, Sasol, ISCO, you name them. That when you saw that you are about to lose power, you then privatized them. But forget Venezuela for a while. Let's do, don't be anti-academic like Herman. We are very proud of our degrees. We got them working very hard. What is the world economic history? What is the world economic history? After World War II, Europe's public infrastructure was devastated. How did you rebuild Europe? State parastatals. China is the fastest growing economy in the world today and the largest economy in the world today. Same as Vietnam, those are communist countries.
Okay.
Have the decency for intellectual honesty. Neoliberalism doesn't work. You are governing Tshwane. There is no employment in Tshwane. Water has collapsed. Services have collapsed because majority of the population there maybe is black. I don't know.
Thank you
You
very
are a
much,
failure as the DA.
Into enza ukuthi ngicaphunele video ka Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi ukuthi uveza ukubaluleka kwama state owned entities. Ukubaluleka kwawo nanokuthi iapartheid mayithatha amabhuno ayehluphekile kodwa through ama state owned entities ala khona namuhla. Ngoba izezinye zezinto ezithuthukisizwe ubala amazwe kahlukene uthi even iChina njengoba ikhula kanje namuhla ama state owned entities ibalulekile lenkulumo ekhulunywa la and ngiyazi ukuthi kunabantu namhlanje sebethatha isinqumo sokungavoti kunabantu abasha sihlangana nabo sixoxe nje mhlambe ngeinkinga ekhona whether sibona ama pothole mawuthi kuba ayangethine navotela ukhongolozo athi hayi mina ngikaze ngavota ngoba abakuboni ukuvota kubaluleke ngani abakuboni ukuvota kuyini kodwa uma senza kanjalo sizobe senza iphutha ngoba sobe asparticipate so ngizocaphuna ivideo la ezokhuluma ngokubaluleka kwestate kunje kube istate sibe right before sifika kuma state owned entities kodwa nje state ukuthi sibe right nokuthi siparticipate ngoba unokuthi kusho ukuthini ukuba ne state ngizocaphuna ivideo kodwa nje kumabhuno njengoba uplifteka majority yawo kungenxa yama state owned entities so abalekile ukuthi abe khona lento esho Malema ibalekile ukuthi state asibe nazo into zasiyazi state ukuthi masifuna maintain indlela siyazi state ukuthi ifuna kwakhiwa ama bridge masingaba nama construction companies sona kuzoqasheka abantu abaningi angangeni kodwa lapho angicaphunele nathi video.
And this is again why Parliament always needed to be held to a higher standard. These are your lawmakers. How many of us even know how to name more than 10 of them if they are not a minister? We need to do better knowing who our parliamentarians are, knowing what their work is, and asking them to do their damn jobs. That's the only response I have for you, Lux. On the question about cutting up the state while it's still alive, one of the issues with the Ramaphosa presidency that I didn't name earlier is the wanton hollowing out of the state and delegating of his powers to anyone who will come. Somebody asked me, who's the president listening to? I said, the last person he spoke to. Because he will give away his delegated powers to anyone, it would seem. And I really think that we need to start asking ourselves questions. Why do we have 31 different commissions? Why do we have small project management desks in the office? Why do we not have well thought through and well defined ministries? And why are we not investing into the state the best possible minds and resources this country has to offer? If you look at the names on those commissions of the president, He clearly knows the best minds. They're just not paid in the state on a regular basis. They're being paid over and above the people whose jobs they're doing. We truly, truly, truly must not give up on the state, and we must not allow politicians to use the state just to leak out money to their friends who don't actually want to do the work on a daily basis. The last question I have to answer from SLU, because it's my daily job, getting this country to take itself seriously from the bottom up. As citizens, we must remember that democracy means that the people shall govern themselves, not the government shall govern. And so we must ask ourselves, how do we start governing on a day-to-day basis? How do we start taking action? How do we start using our own power on a daily basis? How do we start questioning systems when they keep us out? We are a disorganized society. And I'm going to ask us to start organizing ourselves. Political parties get things right because they organize. Let's start organizing ourselves so that we can have more power, more opportunities, so that we can press back and push back. But we have to start taking ourselves seriously as the citizens.
Iphuzu elivezwa usisi la ukuthi njengabantu njengama-citizens akufanele sigive up kwi-state. Yes, political parties iwona ona yonke lento, but i-state yona into engafanelanga sigive up kuyo. And fanele si-understand iparliament ngoba labantu yibona abangama-law makers abakhanda imithetho. Labantu baphethe iy'mpilo zethu ngoba uma beshawa umthetho ukuthi kusasa singaphumi ezindlini angeke size siphume ngoba kuzobe kunama-consequences. So usho njalo kodwa into iphuzu elibalulekile alishoyo ukuthi asiqale thina lapha sizithathe thina serious bese sizibeka thina phambili. Hlezi ngosho kule channel ngithi imzukwane thina sawazi amandla ethu, lama political parties ayosihlonipha. Mzukwane thina saqala savota responsible, ama-political parties ayosazi kahle. Lento ukuthi sivota ngoba sinekwe iskipa, sanekezwa ama-food parcel bese siyagijima sovotela leyo nhlangano, angeke kusisize. Ingakho ngithe isikhathi sekufuneka kufika isikhathi manje la isizobeka khona ikusasa ley'ngane zethu, ikusasa lezwe phambili. Sithi ngeke ubusiphethe wena for the past 30 years noma for the past 5 years. Siyakushintsha awawuzange uwenze umsebenzi wakho uhlulekile. Simkhiphe sifake omunye. Uma singenza njalo olandela uzobonta abadlali labantu. Uma ungenze okufanele ukwenze baya act.
So the last thing I want to speak about really around Petani's question and a little bit of SLU's question is that we have to shift this demonization of the institution called the state. We all know civil servants, we know teachers, we know nurses. They spend their own money, they sacrifice, they come home late, they do all manner of overtime to make sure that South Africans can get a little bit of service. They do their very best and they bleed on the front lines, but they're not capacitated. There's a lot of corruption at the top, a lot of inefficiency in middle management, but the reality is that the state is a necessary actor and the civil service does need to be supported and capacitated in a way that you will see real delivery. This narrative that the DA has been using and that is used by neoliberals around the world so that they can push for privatization is one that we ought to challenge with the contemporary economic thinking and really not allow, because certain people have a particular race that they know better economics, they know better about business, they know better about the role of the state. We have to challenge that thinking. We have to capacitate. And by the way, you can have the best roads. You can have the best. I know. So I went a little bit over. Just 50 seconds over. Just give me 10 more seconds. So what I want to say is that the best roads and the best minds are not going to improve the economy in the township or the rural areas. There needs to be an investment in those classrooms. There needs to be an investment in people. The last 31 years, all of the discourse has been around these macroeconomic priorities. But moving forward, we really need to say, how are you investing in human potential and the people on the ground? That's what every developed nation is doing around the world.
Njengoba umuzwa kumayithijime la ugcizelela kulela phuzu lokuthi abantu abangagive up kwi-state. Yebo abantu bona ba-corrupt kodwa anga-give up kwi-state. Enye into futhi ayibekayo la ukuthi imigwaqo yethu yakhiwe kahle, awekho ama-pothole, yonke into ihamba kahle, ama-robot ayasebenza, sinawo ugesi, sinawo amanzi. lokho angeke kulilekelele izwe ukuthi lithuthuke kodwa kuzokwenza ukuthi kube yilizwe okuphileka kulo. Okubalulekile ukuthi aku-investwe kwi-human potential, aku-investwe kubantu bezwe babe nama-skills, kubantu bakwazi ukuphila ngale kokudependa kuma-grant. Aku-investwe manje ukuthina badevelopha kanjani ama-skills. Leyo nto le fana ngabe yenziwa yila masitha lawa khona, lawo asephenduke manje inkundla lapha ama-comrade akwazi ukwenza noma yini khona. Sizocaphuna enye video ke manje ukuqhubekela phambili kodwa bengithi angifake le video ebe yisendlalelo zibalulekile lezi zinto ezikhulunywa la.
The African is essentially restricted from using political power for economic development. Otherwise, right in this class for the next 3 years, you will be taught the politics of making economics. Meaning the usage of the state as a central driving force for economic and social development. The state must always already be for the free development, accumulation, and prosperity of a pre-existing bourgeoisie. The state must always already service a bourgeois development, stay out of the market. Africa or Africans, through the liberal political state order, cannot do what the mercantile class, the bourgeoisie of the mercantilist order, or the apartheid state did, make it possible for the emergence of an industrial development. To properly rethink the African experience, we have to dispense with a separate scientific inquiry of society in which economics and politics work in isolation. In addition, we have to dispense with the idea that only economic principles can resolve economic problems. There are no such things as natural economic laws inherent to free trade or free markets, without which industrial development is not possible. Everything was invented by the mercantilist bourgeoisie. Their big philosopher is a guy called Adam Smith. Nothing is natural there. There is no single country in the world which managed to not only industrialize, but also create the conditions for the emergence of an industrial bourgeoisie without state power, protection, subsidy, and control. The political economy question is essentially what we need to return to. The question of what political system do we need for the economic success of a nation. Put differently, what political systems do we need to put in place in order to have national wealth? It is the accumulated wealth of states during the mercantilism period that allowed these states to build massive public infrastructure necessary for private industrial development. You see this as well in the era of post-war Europe after World War II, where economic policy making by the state centered around state-owned public enterprises for rolling out massive public infrastructure that had been destroyed in fighting Hitler. In South Africa, the macroeconomic doctrine encapsulated in GEAR, and GEAR is the last macroeconomic policy South Africa had. The National Development Plan is precisely that, an ambition to become a plan. It's not an economic plan. GEAR. But within the NDP itself is a philosophical orientation that is important. Massive privatization of state-owned companies, general retreat of the state from productive sectors, in particular the local state, from directly building public infrastructure, water, sanitation, hospitals, clinics, roads, everything is built by private companies, otherwise known as tenders. So Apartheid didn't do that. The American 18th century state didn't do that. The European, in specifically Britain, where industrial capitalism comes from, didn't do that. Even as recent as the late or post-1945, they didn't do that. But black people here in South Africa, they think they can lead development by doing what the people who are prescribing this development did not do. Han Jung Cheng, an economist who worked largely in Cambridge, calls it kicking away the ladder. You use the ladder to go on top of the house, then you kick it away. And you say to people, you can't even run your own country, but you've kicked away the ladder.
Nagi lecture Dr. Mbuseni Ndlovu abenayo nama students nama first year students ase UJ enza political science ayobachazela nje politics nokubaleka nokuthi babe nolwazi kodwa into ayi-emphasize kakhulu ukuthi akufanelanga bayishiye eceleni indaba ye-economy ngoba ukufunda i-politics without i-economy angeke ize function. Elinye iphuzu futhi alibekayo la uveza ukuthi amazwe wonke lawe sithathuthukile ngaba yiChina ngaba yiAmerica noma ngaba yiliphi izwe athuthuke through istate. Istate isona besirana ukwakhiwa kwe-infrastructure yonke into beyiranwa istate. Uthi kodwa umehluko okhona eSouth Africa kuvele nje kwathatha istate sangathatha responsibility yaso as a state sase sikhanda ilo isystem yokuthi zonke lezi zinto lezifuna zidevelop izwe zithuthukise izwe nabantu bakhona azenzwa ama private companies okungama tender. Ngokwenza njalo bakwazi ukulutha ngoba umuntu kuzathola itender funa be connected nomuntu othize kwagcina kudla abantu abathize lokho kungalithuthukisa izwe. Kodwa ukubaleka kwestate ukuthi sibe khona istate esirana kahle ebese sisebenza kahle ukuze sikwazi ukuthi si-empower abantu baso. Alikho izwe lake labakhona elithuthukile ngokwezomnotho elake la thuthuka ngoba the privatize ama state owned entities. No, wonke lamazwe aphumelela ngenxa yokufunctiona kahle kwama state owned entities. Ibalekile lento ngoba siyabona bayafuna ukwa privatize ukuba privatize nje kwe-Reserve Bank ikona ukusinika inkinga manje ngoba maqala kuvela i-competition ngaba i-VPS Bank kungaba i-Tala Bank inkinga ekhona i-Reserve Bank inemithetho enzima angizokhuluma ngayo la imithetho yakhona. No, angazi noma ngizosifaka i-screenshot na ubona ukuthi benza kube nzima kangakanani ukuthi abanye abantu bangene kulomkhakha kufuna ukuthi kube abantu abathize kodwa i-state sinawo amandla okuguqula lokho sinawo amandla just nje kufuneka i-political will.
What are the problems of South Africa? Deindustrialization. This key problem indicates that the bourgeoisie created by colonialism and apartheid has no interest in industrial development of South Africa. This is despite the fact that gear was designed and implemented for them. Gear was not done for Maponya. Gear was not invented for the spaza shops that were there in 1994 so that they can become super powerful market. No, it was designed to make comfortable the apartheid bourgeoisie so that they can industrialize. How did they do this? Trade liberalization, low taxes, low tariffs, inflation targeting, austerity, and privatization. Do you know corporate income tax under apartheid was as high as 50%? On average, across apartheid years, 47%, 50%. In some industries, it went above 50%. The first thing Mandela did in 1994 was to drop the taxes for corporates. They did all of this. They opened the markets. Everything that the mercantilist states that were creating conditions for industrial capitalism to emerge, South Africa did the opposite. Okay.
Izwili EFF ikhuluma ukuthi no akhushulwe i-corporate tax isuse nje from 27% to 29%. Kodwa mawuzwa umlando ukuthi during the apartheid times beyu 50%. Kodwa beyazi government ukuthi le mali ithatha i-corporate tax iyona ekwazi ukuthi ifande ngayo industrialization. So that's why bekungathi i-apartheid i-state yakhona it was functioning. So ulumeni wethu wenza opposite. Ya yonke lento enziwa elamazwe lawa athuthukile. Angisazi sizathu kodwa kubalekile lento sikhulume ngazo. Khona sizokwazi ukuvota responsible. Sizokwazi ukuye ukuvota ngemizwa. Sizocabanga masizovota. Sizocabanga nje kusenza umqondo wethu ukuthi no nayo into esiyivotela sivota ngoba sifuna kube nje, ngoba sifuna ukubona izwe lethu linje. Sifuna izingane zethu iphile ezweni elinje. Hayi ukuthi sivotela ukuthi sinikezwe ikipa kanye nama-food parcel nesathenjiswa nama-social grants. No, azosisiza ngani ekugcineni kosuku ngoba ukudla kuyabiza. Yona le mali yethu ngathi impilo idura kubantu abasebenzayo ethe qeda ukuhola nje ibe yisebenzisa ibiphela sekufuneka linde kushaya i-25 aphinda hole futhi. So asike sizithathe serious, sazi ukuthi ivote lethu libaleka kangakanani futhi sivotela abantu aba-right abazothatha lezwe balise phambili through estate.
Here lies the naivety of the ANC elite, whose buying into the Washington consensus prerogative came with the ahistorical hope, the false hope, that is not based in any evidence in history, that the apartheid bourgeoisie will, on its own, solely driven by the need for profit maximization, invest in labor-intensive and industrial sectors. However, this bourgeoisie, completely white, was given enough time, 30 years, to financialize, meaning migrate its capital into easily movable finance and be in a good position to relocate as and when necessary to other parts of the world. When you calculate the entire asset register of the financial sector, the banks, insurance companies, real estate and all of that, it possibly twice the size of South Africa's GDP. It's about 14 trillion rands. These people are so rich. The 49 that left is nothing. They are so rich they can go establish a whole new country if they resettle in United States somewhere. They can establish a new Orania. They are so rich they can go continue existing as racist Afrikaner supremacists in any part of the world. The rest of the continent remained largely a mineral resource extraction center for Europe and recently for the East Asian tiger economies. This is all the while its tax base is in a permanent leak due to illicit financial flows. We lose over 90 billion US dollars annually as the African continent to illicit financial flows. So the same looting that characterized mercantilism, which is a relationship between Africa and Europe, looting the resources, looting mineral resources, is permanently part of the economic feature of the relations between the two provinces. How do we reimagine the post-colonial state? What political theoretical lenses are available to undo the neo-colonial nature of our economy? Neo-colonial meaning like colonization. It means economically we are still in service of white people and the West. We are still available to be extracted now these days even by the East. I can't blame China because the Chinese did what the Europeans did, and then they come to the continent. Firstly, most African states can't even negotiate trade deals. Before trade deals, they don't have enough state capacity to administer a traffic fine that you did not drive at the required speed between this road whose zone was limited to this speed. No capacity. If you can't administer ticket air traffic, how are you going to negotiate a complicated trade deal with a massive country like China? So we must first accept that the province of theoretical meditation, Professor Bongani, is political economy.
Hayi ngicela ningivumele sibambe le lecture le ka Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Kodwa uveza into ezibalekile la. Inkinga yase South Africa njengoba engathuthuki ngokomnotho uyiseyichazile. Nanokufanele kwenziwe ukuze mhlambe isizwe lesi sithuthuke. Ukuchazile kodwa kungachazwa nguye yedwa. Umayithi Jim ukuchazile. Ubaba uMweletsi Mbeki wake wakhuluma ukuthi amazwe njengoChina invest ebantwini bawo. Ilathi khona bakhatha ama salaries wama civil servants labantu abasebenza eParliament. Of which labantu abasenza lapha eParliament ukhola 100,000 ngenyanga. Uyababona nje bakhuluphela angeze ukubabala amagama. Bakhuluphela babadla kahle. So ngibone enye video ka DJ Waraz angifuni nje ukukhuluma ngayo kodwa ngizama ukuthi labantu laba bakhuluma inkinga zethu kodwa ekugcineni kosuku makuphela inyanga bayahola. Yengakho iprogress ihamba kancane kithi ngoba bayahola bona makuphela inyanga.
More than 80% of the 2.2 trillion budget of the government goes to big white companies. I think mandiyiphinde lento. Government has got a budget yonyaka which is more than 2.2 trillion. Out of that 2.2 trillion, more than 80% goes to big white companies. The black companies or SMMEs get less than 20%. And we saw what happened recently when Sanral, a company yalapha eSouth Africa, a state-owned company, iyanikeza nge-projects construction worth over 12 billion to Chinese companies. Ibe ngathi thina, we do not have the skills and the capabilities yokwakha indlela. So that is the reality that we are facing. And our economy in the country is characterized by oligopolies. Oligopolies in the sense that kwa industry ekoyo, it is dominated between 4 and 7 companies. If we are with banking industry, there's between 4 and 7 dominant players there that are controlling more than 90% of the market share. Go to telecommunications, go Vodacom, go Cell C, go MTN, zizo zodwa, and they are dominating. Go to the financial services sector, it is Old Mutual, it is Metropolitan, the less than 5 or the less than 10. Zonke industries are controlled by a selected and few companies. Now that is why it becomes important, ukuba, let us transform our minds. Because if we want to provide solutions, kufuneka uqale kutshintshe le. And ukuze kutshintshe lena, we need to talk ezonyani amongst one another.
Uma usulalela uVuyo Zungula la kanti uqeda ukulalela uDr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, usuya understand ukuthi yonke lento yenziwa yini. Usuya understand ukuthi ugovernment wethu wathatha amandla wanikeza bona laba ababesicindezele ukuthi ibona kufuneka bathuthukise isizwe, ibona kufuneka ba-empower abantu. Ugovernment bekufuneka be-intentional, yena abe neplan azi ukuthi ufuna ukuthuthisa abantu kanjani. Dr. Padili Hutla sihlezi sengimcaphune kaningi la. Ethi mongenayo i-plan enama timelines ezokutshela ukuthi ngesikhathi esithize sifuna ukuba sesifike kuleli zinga. Ufana nomuntu odlalayo, uyafana nje nomuntu odlalayo. Asibambe le video, engazi beyinde kakhulu. Kodwa Le conversation enje siyadinga ukuba nayo. Siyadinga nathi ukushintsha i-mindset, indlela esibuka ngayo ezepolitiki, indlela esicabanga ngayo. Ngoba osopolitiki bayazi ukuthi uma befike kithi nama-food parcel nama-t-shirt basithembisa ukukhuphuka kuma-grants, sizovele siduma amakhanda siyobavotela. Asishintsheni la kithi nje engqondweni. Uma kungashintsha khona soshintsha indlela yokwenza. Yona nje into engiyicelayo kubantu bakithi ukuthi asiyenze. Hlezi ngisho ngithi asiwazi amandla ethu. Asiwazi amandla ethu. Uma singazi amandla ethu akekho usopolitiki ozosixhaphaza. Alikho iqembu lezepolitiki ezosixhaphaza. ANC sixhaphaze sonke lesikhathi ngoba iyazi ukuthi amandla ethu kasiwazi. Iyona inkinga esinayo. Kuningi kakhulu okusengakhulunywa la. Mangase ngitholela elinye ithuba ngizoyiqhubha lenkulumo ngoba ngiyafisa ukuthi sifike la ozoba clear khona ukuthi kwenzakalani. Siyabonga nje kakhulu nangale lecture abayenzile yokuthi bawufundisa lama student bayiqonda inkinga esibhekene nayo eSouth Africa. Ngoba into yokuqala mawufuna uxazulula noma yipi inkinga ufuna uyiqonda inkinga yakho. You must be able to identify ukuthi yini inkinga yakho. Bese uyakwazi ke ukubhekana nayo. Asibambe ivideo. Ngiyacela ukuze ukuphawula kwakho. Mina nawe bese sidibana kwivideo elandelayo. Ungasupporta ukujoin membership yale channel. Ungasupporta futhi ngokudonate noma malini onayo kwi-account ekhona kwi-comment ephiniwe.